Media's Impact on Poverty by Brendan Grimala. The definition of poverty is a state of being extremely poor. Many Americans today are living in poverty. Today's media has a major impact on the way people view poverty compared to its actual meaning. Poverty is portrayed in several different ways on television. Every broadcasting network tends to depict poverty differently. CNN generally gives a Democratic view on issues, whereas Fox tends to shed information from more of a Republican light. Therefore, each of them show poverty from a different perspective. When it comes to local news, Bay News 9 shows news stories of people in the Bay Area who are using food stamps, in line at soup kitchens, or just people outside of their house which are in lower income neighborhoods. These news stories tend to show these people in a way for others to feel sorry for them. It is presented like these people choose to live under these conditions. These news stories, they often fail to mention the factors that can contribute to these situations. People do not choose to live in poverty, and it is definitely not a life decision. Oftentimes, these people are doing the best they can to make ends meet. Variables such as mental illness can contribute to the reason why many people are in poverty. What news stories fail to mention is the fact that these people are often doing the best that they can within each situation. Things like mental illnesses are out of their control. Many people claim that people on social programs such as welfare should just pull themselves out of this hole, that working hard and getting a good education is the easy ticket to ending poverty. But people fail to take into consideration as to what put them in poverty in the first place. Oftentimes people are doing the best they can, and if they really would put themselves out of poverty, they would. According to American Psychological Association, socioeconomic status and race are generally correlated. African American children are 3 times more likely to be in poverty than white children. Popular American television shows such as Good Times reflect these statistics by highlighting the struggling that an African American family face while raising their children in projects within the inner city of Chicago. While modern shows like The Cosby Show show that people who are of racial minority are not always in poverty. In the series Clift, he is a doctor and his wife is a lawyer. This show shows that not all people who are of racial minority are of lower socioeconomic status. Other television series such as The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air follow a similar pattern. Will Smith is sent off to live with his wealthy uncle and is able to provide for him since he holds an excellent position as a lawyer in the city of Bel-Air. Therefore, these television series show that this is just a statistic and that this information is not evident for all African American families. Poverty is often associated with those who are of racial minority. However, this is evident in some modern television shows, while other television series are breaking away from this negative stereotype that has been created. According to this graph, poverty has been consistently higher among Hispanic and African American individuals. There was a dramatic decrease in poverty in the 1960s among these racial groups. However, from this point all the way until 2011, Hispanics and African Americans continue to face poverty more than any other racial group. The graph shows that around 20 to 40% of all African Americans and Hispanics face poverty. The graph shows that 10% of non-Hispanic white individuals are in poverty. This group of people is the least likely to suffer from poverty, followed by white individuals and Asian individuals. White non-Hispanic individuals have remained at a constant 10% poor. from 1959 until 2012. This statistic differs greatly from other races. Other races tend to have more of a fluctuation on this graph.
People dying, children hurt, and you hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach, and would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. These people got me questioning, where is the love? What's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mamas. I think the whole world's addicted to the drama, only attracted to things that bring the trauma. Overseas, yeah, we trying to stop.
This video depicted the actual representation of what essentially is what is wrong with the world, which is the name of the song. This song lists reasons for why poverty is a major issue, but there are other problems that are comparable but may have less or equal of significance when it comes to poverty. This shows that media may actually represent the effects of poverty in a way that is not exaggerative. This song shows that there are real-world problems, but they are not as bad as people make them seem to be. This demonstrates that there is an issue in America, and poverty is one of these issues, but there are far as many issues that are of equal importance, such as terrorism. I found this video on Twitter, and I think it is a good form of social media because anybody can share the video by retweeting it. All I did was search poverty, and I was able to find this video within minutes. Instagram is a relatively popular form of social media. In recent years, it has been an excellent way for major organizations to share their ideas to the public. Feeding America is a nonprofit organization that works to help feed those who struggle to find their next meal. Having an Instagram page with nearly 20,000 followers makes it easy to show off the amazing cause they fight for. Feeding America most often posts pictures of people who look so grateful to have the opportunity to have received the care they do. This organization and several other similar organizations have a contrasting view on the war of poverty over the very conservative Fox News network, who makes those of lower income seem more of a certain demographic and culture rather than the true meaning of poverty being a financial state. And here's two pictures of the Feeding America Instagram page. On here, there is a little boy and his mom, and they're just really happy to have food. And over here is 50 Cent, and he volunteered his time helping to feed the poor. This is my timeline. Event to take place was in 1929, and that was the Great Depression. And that affected every American. The unemployment rate was at an all-time high, and people were in poverty. In 1935, President Roosevelt started the welfare system for those in poverty affected by the Great Depression. In 1954, the Civil Rights Movement started. In 1964, President Lyndon B. Johnson started the War on Poverty. In 1982, surprisingly, the unemployment rate was at an all-time high, besides the Great Depression. In 2007, the Great Recession started, and in 2010, Congress passed Obamacare. All in all, different forms of media play a different role in how society views the issue of poverty. Poverty is a serious issue that needs attention from major news sources. The way that poverty is presented today is not always accurate. And here are my resources.